A single gunshot that killed over 20 million people. A simple blade that built an empire that lasted 1,000 years. A rifle that became the flag of revolution. History is not just written by people, it's carved into stone, shattered, and reforged by the weapons they held. But this isn't a list of the deadliest or the most advanced. This is a list of the most consequential. These are the stories of 5 weapons that acted as a key, turning the lock of history and unleashing a future no one could have predicted. Our story begins not on a battlefield, but on a street corner in Sarajevo, 1914. The weapon, an FN Model 1910 pistol, serial number 19074. Small, simple, and in the hands of a 19-year-old Serbian nationalist named Gavrilo Princip. The target was Archduke Franz Ferdinand, heir to the Austro-Hungarian Empire. The day had been a string of bizarre failures for the assassins. A bomb had bounced off the Archduke's car. The motorcade took a wrong turn to escape and stalled directly in front of Gavrilo Princip. 2 shots were fired, 2 lives were ended, but the echoes of those shots became the thunder of the First World War. This one small pistol didn't just kill an archduke, it triggered the collapse of empires, redrew the map of the world, and left a scar on the 20th century that never truly healed. Next, we go back to antiquity, to a weapon that was brutally simple, but in the hands of a disciplined army became the most effective empire builder the world has ever seen: the Roman gladius. The genius of the gladius wasn't its length or its sharpness, but its system. Roman legionaries didn't swing wildly. They formed an unbreakable shield wall, protected themselves, and used the short 20-inch blade for quick, lethal stabs in close quarters. It was a relentless, efficient meat grinder. For over 400 years, this simple blade was the scalpel that carved out the Roman Empire. Every stab extended Rome's influence, spreading its laws, its language, and its culture across the known world. The gladius didn't just conquer enemies, it built the very foundations of Western civilization. In the medieval world, power was clad in steel. The noble knight, a walking fortress of plate armor, was the undisputed king of the battlefield. Until this came along, the English longbow. The 100 Years' War. At the Battle of Agincourt in 1415, a small, exhausted English army faced a massive French force of heavily armored nobles. The French charged, confident in their steel, but the English unleashed a storm, a rain of thousands of armor-piercing arrows fired from longbows. The result was a massacre. The longbow proved that a well-trained peasant could kill the wealthiest noble from 200 yards away. It wasn't just a military victory, it was a social revolution. The weapon shattered the myth of the invincible knight and signaled the beginning of the end for the feudal system of warfare. This weapon has never won a conventional war between superpowers, but it has defined the very nature of modern conflict. The Automat Kalashnikov AK-47. Designed by Mikhail Kalashnikov after World War II, its brilliance wasn't in its accuracy, but its radical simplicity. It can be dropped in mud, submerged in water, covered in sand, and it will still fire. It's cheap to make and easy to use. During the Cold War, the Soviet Union spread this rifle across the globe, and in doing so, they armed a generation of rebels, insurgents, and revolutionaries. The AK-47 became the great equalizer. It allowed small, underfunded groups to stand against powerful, modern armies. It became an icon of rebellion, so powerful it was even placed on a national flag. It's the weapon that gave a voice to the voiceless and a rifle to the revolutionary. Our final weapon is different. Its greatest impact comes not from its use, but from the terrifying threat of its existence. August 6th, 1945. The weapon was codenamed Little Boy. In a single moment, the city of Hiroshima was erased, and the world was changed forever. The atomic bomb ended the Second World War, but it began something far more terrifying: the nuclear age. For the first time in history, humanity held the power to cause its own extinction. The bomb created the Cold War, a 50-year standoff under the shadow of mutually assured destruction. It has dictated global politics, fueled arms races, and fundamentally altered the meaning of war. Its story is the ultimate paradox: a weapon so terrible, its greatest legacy is the fragile peace it has maintained through fear. From the assassin's pistol that ignited a world war to the bomb that forced us to live in its shadow, these 5 weapons weren't just tools of violence, they were catalysts for change, pushing humanity down paths it could never have imagined. They proved that sometimes the entire course of human destiny can hinge on a single piece of metal. Which weapon do you think had the biggest impact on history? Is there one we missed? Let us know in the comments below. And if you found this journey through history fascinating, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more stories forged in conflict. Thanks for watching.